Hey, how y'all doing? It's your boy Mo Better from Mo Better Publishing Productions LLC Media Group. I deserve a deal. Connection with Collective Minds LLC. Now I do a lot of videos inside my organization because it's private. Uh, my organization is private because I'm not based on everything is not based on quantity with me. And my mother taught me that, and I learned after her schooling and showing and teaching me actually that the best things are of quality, not quantity. Just because you have a lot of something does not make it the best. So again, a lot of the videos that I do, live broadcasting, is actually inside that organization. If you are interested in being in an organization with rules and regulations, that's some in which that I'm getting ready to start talking about here. But if you're interested in being in an organization with rules and regulations, morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty, integrity, spirituality, those are being the basis in self first before you even display it to someone else. Inbox me. This organization is about cultural and economic education and empowerment. Again, we got to know that, in order to be there, this is a process and a situation of learning. And again, this is why this is about quality, not just quantity. If you feel like it and everything is okay, you can actually even invite a friend if you chose to. But this conversation is about my brothers who've been to the joint. I've been to the joint. A lot of people don't know. You see me in glasses and I'm talking proper, and I'm talking about business. And again, I'm talking about our culture. I'm talking about economics, business. I'm speaking on things that actually matter in life and society. I'm not here sitting here talking about or being a demonstration of we say Black Lives Matter, but if Black lives really matter, the thing is, what are you doing about it? Are you really doing something about it? I could talk about I could talk about what things matter. That's like the person that you're with, your spouse, telling you I love you, but they never show you. She tells you she loves you, but she never shows you. He tells you he loves you, but he never shows you. So again, I want to communicate with it. This is really based on my brothers who have been to the penitentiary. And I want to explain the penitentiary. The demonstration is what I explained to you is keep your focus and maintain the rules and the good habits that you picked up. And I don't want to say that, and I want to say this about this. Like guys who went to the joint 9 times out of 10, you were out here on the streets and you associated with guys who have rules and regulations, morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty, integrity, spirituality even. You know what I'm saying? To self before you displayed it to one another. This is how you got together, and or you saw something that you liked and you attached yourself to this group so you can learn more, so you can grow, so you can develop. Correct? Sometimes it's a good sense, sometimes it's in a bad sense, and what we do is we fall off and fall victim. You know what I'm saying? Or we fall prey to our environments and our neighborhoods, and sometimes the rules and regulations and the situations that we go through, and we end up in a penitentiary. That is what this conversation is based on. You went to the joint, but the thing is, you went in with rules and regulations in your mind. You went in a joint with rules and regulations based on the same principles that you was living on the streets with. And when you got to the joint, guess what you did? You didn't deal with people. You went in solo, by yourself. You're not strictly attaching yourself to anybody unless you know them personally. But they live by the same rules and regulations that you did. right? So even in the joint, you dealt with these same type of people. Rules, regulations, morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty. Don't snitch. You see what I'm saying? That's your dude. You roll with your dude, even though you can correct your dude to make sure that you know what the rules and regulations. Hey man, you later on, let me holler at you. Or if you even see him doing something wrong, hey man, let me holler at you for a minute. You stood up, toe to toe, but it was like, man, I got this. Let me holler. It was, I got this. Let me holler at my man's right quick. And you told the truth, and y'all squashed, and y'all adapted, and y'all got out the way. You see what I'm saying? Something else you did was when you got to the joint, Elizabeth, hey, how you doing? Something else that you did when you went to the joint is, some of us, you know, on the streets, we wasn't really all that clean. You know what I'm saying? It was a situation that we were not doing when we was out on the streets. We wasn't always, Kareem, how you doing? We wasn't always, all of us on the streets, get up, brush your teeth every morning, wash your face every night, put on a lotion, call one, what's up, Scoop? You know, lotion your body up, take your shower 2-3 times a day, things of this nature. A lot of us didn't do this every day. When we got older and became ourselves as men, we didn't do it. I don't care what you say. I'm keeping it real with you. Cut all the games. But in there, guess what? A couple things make you do what you didn't do when you was out here on the streets. One, you isolated. Two, you got time to do what needs to be done. Not necessarily that you don't have the time out here, but guess what you do? Because you have time and you have so much time, and that your time is even limited, guess what you do? You make it work for the best of you. You see what I'm saying? When you in a joint, you got to count time, right? First of all, you hate to even be here. Another thing is, when I go back, another thing is people will get at you if you don't take care of yourself. See, if your cell nasty, I don't care if you can fight, certain dudes ain't going to deal with you. If you nasty, certain dudes ain't going to deal with you in certain ways. Certain dudes not going to communicate. They going to communicate with you, but you're going to be the joke. And guess what? To be the joke in the penitentiary is not a good thing to be. You really going to have work, or you're going to have to be able to play with them things to make people stop in real life. So what you did is you start changing. You start picking up habits. It's bad to be in the penitentiary and not be able to read when I came to the penitentiary. So guess what you did? You found a dude, or one of your dudes picked you up and was like, man, let me holler at you. When y'all was in the room sometimes, and he was teaching you how to read. He was teaching you how to write. This is how the joint was when I came up. So the thing is, you begin to pick up good habits because you are isolated, secluded. You have time. Your time is limited. And you don't want to be a part of something that is not a good thing in the joint where it's isolated. See, out here, I can't read, I can't write. I'm not clean. Guess what? I don't have to be around you. I can go somewhere else where people don't know, and I can shuck, fake, and jive and pretend to be somebody I'm not. In a joint, you can't get rid of it. So guess what you do? You change it. You chop it up. You get it right. You put it together. Now you getting up in the morning, again, because of that time. Let me explain this. You get up in the morning. You got to be a child at 6 in the morning. So guess what you're doing? Up in the morning. If you ain't got nobody sending you your money, or you just don't want to run through the money that your people give you, guess what? Plus you got things to do. You at child, man. Child is at 6:30, 7 o'clock, 6:45. So you up at 6. Guess what you're doing? Something that you didn't do on the streets. Guess what you're doing sometimes? You getting up on the streets. We'll get up, throw something on, and be like, man, I got to go. I'm getting it. And here, guess what you do? You got to be somewhere 6:45, 7 o'clock. You getting up at 6. You prepare yourself to get up at 6. You get up, you wash up, you bathe, brush your teeth, take care of your hook, your clothes and everything. You took care of that. You groomed that last night, because this is what you're going to do. Iron your clothes, shoes clean, the whole 9. You get up in this morning and you start rearranging things in your cell, putting things in order. Then you go to child. You're going to handle your business. You got 10 minutes to eat. So everything that you need to do, guess what you're going to start doing? You begin to organize. You start putting things in order in the joint. Hey, man, I need to holler at him. I need to holler at him. Hey, I need some of them bell peppers and them onions. You got me? You bringing them back? Okay, I need blase, boom, boom, boom. See, they try to tell y'all that we eat like kings and stuff in the penitentiary, but you don't. If you don't have nobody sending you food, and if you don't have money to purchase things that you're not supposed to get. So let me get some of them bell peppers and them onions. Bring some of that back. Okay, you got that? You organizing what you're going to do. You also here talking about what you getting ready to do after count time. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to get locked back down again. So after child whoop, you kick it slow on the way back to child or fast to go do what it is that you got to do. Bam. That's over with at child 7. Guess what started in 7 o'clock? You back in the block. You waiting at 8 o'clock. You had 10 minutes to eat because you was in here with 2,500 people. So see how you organized your time to prepare for this, to get down here and eat? I don't care what it was. On certain day, you really here. But you organized your time. You prioritized what was necessary for you to do. And a lot of us didn't do this on the streets. You do this in here because time is necessary to be able to organize it and deal with it how you're supposed to. You got to prioritize or you will lose it. You back at the block. When you back at the block right now, sometimes you don't do it in the morning. Sometimes you do it later on. But when you get back to this block, you got everything that you need to do. You're communicating. You're going through your paperwork, seeing what you need to done. I'm not talking about legal paperwork necessarily. I'm talking about what you're getting ready to do today. You know it. You wrote it down. You put it together. What you got to do, your clothes box, your food box, whatever it is, you preparing for it. Because guess what? At 8 o'clock, school time start. The rec first time start. See, I ain't never been no medium joints for real, for real. I be going like max, super max, stuff like that. But so this is what it is. You prepare for 8 o'clock. You got school. You can be in the block. You can be in the block, but you can't be on compound running around unless you somebody. Unless you got some type of rules and regulations with them to where they know who you are and you can do what you want to do. So while you in, guess what you're doing? You cleaning your cell up. You getting ready to put your laundry together. You getting ready to prepare everything you got to do this day. Again, you are arranging and acquiring good habits. You go in there, you clean your cell up, even though it's real little, but guess what you do? You clean it up. Your bed is made before you left for breakfast. You take your shower. You washed up, but you might take your shower now. Or you getting ready and prepared to go to work in there. OPI, the kitchen, you've been there at 4 in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Whatever the situation is, you getting prepared to go to work, or you getting prepared to go to school, or you getting prepared to go to some type of school. Hazmat school, carpentry school, plumbing school, tailoring school, educational school to finish your course in your GED or college. You getting prepared for this before 8 o'clock. But this is a habit that you have done for so long now. But I'm 21. It said in 21 days, it takes 21 times to do something, 21 times in a row for it to become a habit. You there, you got a long time. So guess what you start doing? You start preparing this. But listen to what you're doing, man. You getting up early in the morning. Crack it down. Early bird gets the worm. You brushing your teeth, washing your hair, grooming your waves, going to get your hair cut. Whatever the situation is, you preparing for your day. It ain't 8 o'clock yet, man. 8 o'clock jump, you either going to rec or you going to school if you ain't been. Whatever it is that you're doing, you get ready to do that at 8 o'clock and you're going to do it to the best of your ability. Especially if you want to finish a class, you want to finish school and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Now you can get in vocational training. Now you can get in truck driving. Now you can get into tailoring. Now you can get into something else because you acquired your GED, or you can get in college right now with the transferable credits. Sale, but guess what? Your sale and everything clean. You see what I'm saying? After that, guess what? It's child time again, lunchtime from 8 to 12. Boom. Everything it was for you to do. You go back to child again because of 2,500 people in here. You got 10 minutes to eat. So guess what you're doing? You're preparing for what you're getting ready to do because child is over. Now they got the library or whatever the situation is that you're going to do with the rec again after this. And then you're going back in the cell again because you got to be counted again. But guess what you did with your time because you knew you was going to be locked up again? You made the best of it. You acquired another good habit. See, this is the difference between convicts and inmates. See, convicts, you prioritize, you organize, you put things in order and you structure. See, inmates do anything. Them the dudes that are actually institutionalized and don't have a problem coming back because they didn't learn nothing from the time that they spent. You feel me? This them dudes. But them dudes, them convicts, say those names, you know, different people. I got on a dude, man, that did 10 years, 10 and a half years, never had a TV. I know dudes that stayed like me. Niggas laughed at me because I walked around. See, I got them today. The pads, notebooks and stuff like that, stayed in the library. But guess what? I had 165 to life. Guess what? You see me now on Facebook, on the streets. You see me out today. Businesses, operating things. You see, because I was where I needed to be. I organized and prioritized my time. I made my time work for me and did not allow my time to do me. So again, this lunchtime, this one day. So when you get out here, you do what you do. You work out. You come back in. You prepared, man, Lucky Luciano, you know what I mean? I'm going to drop it. So then you come back. That's lunchtime. So guess what? Now you locked up. You in your cell again. A 6x9. Yeah, 6 feet by 9 feet. With another dude, depending upon where you are. So when you're doing here, guess what you're doing? You want as much, you're going to get locked. You know you're going to get locked down again when they finally let you out of these 2 hours. Right? So guess what you're doing? You preparing for dinner. You organizing. You structuring yourself. You staying focused for what it is that you got to do, whether that's fight your case, go to school or whatever so you can get to your next level. Programs, whatever the demonstration is, but guess what you're doing in there? The convict, not the inmate. Guess what you're doing? You bettering yourself. You doing this for you, especially if you ain't got nobody helping you on the streets, especially if you ain't got nobody sending you nothing. You really trying to structure yourself. They count you. So when you in this cell doing these 2 hours, you reading, you might be watching a little TV. I used to burn incense or oil. I used to burn oils, listen to jazz, and read. That's what I used to do for my 2 hours. I read everything. So I'm sitting here going through this. You organizing yourself. You prioritizing. You trying to find out what it is that you're going to do when you get out there in them streets. Sonya Hampton, how you doing? Lucky Luciano, what's up, y'all? Kent and Angelica, how you doing? Corwin Mitchell, Scoop, Kareem, Elizabeth, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? Thank y'all for joining in and listening. And I'm talking to you about these dudes that come home from the penitentiary. This is why they are, or we are, like we are. We still only organize and associate with people that do certain things. Now, I'm going to keep going. Now, that's that child. When you come out, you can kick it for a couple of hours. And then guess what? At 5 o'clock. Is it 5? Yeah, no, it's about 4. 4:30. Yeah, 4:30 it probably is about, that's your last child, that's dinner. But you done organized everything today. If not, in whatever the situation is, your cell clean and everything like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You cleaning up. Thank you, Elizabeth. You thank you. You are organizing yourself. During this time, after count, you come in, boom, now you back in the cell today. But now you got rec again. Whatever it is you doing, nobody can tell you about time like a dude that has done time. A lot of people don't know I did 18 years. Sporadically, but I did 13 straight. Nobody can tell you how to organize time like somebody that has actually been incarcerated. Because we know what it means. Time means your life. But out here, guess what we do? We become comfortable with certain situations, and we can lose what it is that we're doing because we're out here now with more to do. You see what I'm saying? So I want to get to this again after this child. This last child, it was at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because shift done changed at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, boom, child time. When you come back in here, guess what you're doing now? Now, if you chose to, guess what you do in a joint? You read all you can read. You did your homework. Y'all see that every morning I say I'm reading. I'm getting an hour in the morning. You doing something. You organize. Your time is constructed. And your cell clean again. You done went to rec. You done played some ping pong. But after you have done everything it is for you to do you start wrecking and having fun? Do you start trying to deal with other things and situations of that nature? Another thing I wanted to get at before I even get into the night, because guess what? Brothers, keep your focus, your morals, principles, standards, honor, and loyalty. But guess what? People don't understand. Me, I wear glasses. And I speak properly. And I talk about a lot of, people call it knowledge and information and things of that nature. But I seen men die for changing the TV when they wasn't supposed to. I heard a man scream all night. And I went to visit the next morning. Guess what happened the next morning? They were scared to tell his mother in the visiting room that your son was murdered last night because he was playing with a grown man. Guess what men do in the penitentiary? Real men, convicts. Guess what they do? A bunch of dudes playing and joking and laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Guess what we do? I got a heck of a reputation. Fred Ward got a heck of a reputation. Lucky Luciano, heck of a reputation. Y'all don't know. Anthony Jackson, they called him Gaddafi in one of the worst penitentiaries documented in the United States of America. Bernard Gaston, these dudes. People that people fear. Guess what any of us would do right now today, even on the streets when we see people talking? Before we speak, we gonna say, excuse me. We were gentlemen. Excuse me. Can I speak with you for a minute? Sit back. We didn't jump in conversations that didn't belong to us. You see what I'm saying? If it didn't apply to us, we didn't deal with it. A lot of times, guess what we did? We tried to stop beefs. We tried to stop situations because we know that war, the type of war that we bring, guess what it do? It stop you from making money. It stop you from being organized. You see what I'm saying? It stop you from doing a whole lot. I got a dude named Lucky Luciano, and I'm saying Lucky Luciano on here. I know it can't be luck. If it is, it don't matter whoever you is, man. Thanks, but for real, you know we do that. Dudes with reputations, man, even in the penitentiary, we say excuse me before speaking. We knock on doors. Pardon me. We have morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty. This is what we had. We did not violate each other's rights. We did not violate each other's rules. If we did, guess what it was? It was war. The kind of war that you don't even think about. So guess we were gentlemen. We played by the rules. Man, this luck. I gotta get at you. I gotta get at you. I was just kicking it with J-Bone and Big Mike last Saturday. So I'm gonna chop it up with you when I'm done with this. But yet we is rules and regulations that we abided by. That cleanliness. Some of us didn't have when we was home. This is all the things that we did. We educated ourselves because guess what? We wanted to know when people came in. We educated ourselves. We did everything that was actually necessary for us to do to become better people. Because when we got out here, guess what we wanted to do? We wanted to be better people. Like Fred Ward right now, who never watched TV, got a lighthouse center to where you can go in there and it gotta be $10,000 worth of books or more. To what the whole demonstration is, you go in here and you learn. You go in here and you read. We get ready to have an event up here soon, to where it's about the education or the communication. What broke the bridge of communication between the youth and the elders? That's what it is. Now again, we in here as men, and we want this verbiage. We want this respect. We do this clean the cell around you. We respect one another. We did all of that. Again, count time is at night. 9 o'clock. Everybody locked down. We don't care who you are, unless you maintenance. But guess what we did? We prioritized and organized absolutely everything throughout the day. Until this nighttime, we took our showers, lotioned the body up, did everything that was absolutely necessary for us to do through the day, because we organized ourselves. We didn't get into that arguments. Dudes didn't argue you don't argue in the joint. Y'all can debate to come to an understanding. Y'all can debate to come to an overstanding. But dudes arguing, we didn't play the BITCH game, the HOE game. Things that men did, we did. So when we come home, this is why a lot of us seem different. This is why a lot of us are considered to be dinosaurs, because this are still the same rules and regulations that we abide by. This is why we dolo everywhere we go. For real, for real. Or when you see us, it's together. You know what I'm saying? Or guess what? When you see us with a crowd and it's not the crowd of who we associate with, guess what? You see we stand out. We like sore thumbs. There's something different about that dude. Guess what? Because who you are when you're in there, who you become when you're in there, or who you elevate to be, because you went in with this person. When you come home, you still this person. But when we come home, guess what we do? This is what I don't want us to do. I don't want us to lose focus. I don't want you to lose that man you were in there. I don't want you to lose him. That cleanliness that you was doing, that order that you was doing because you had to, because you was making yourself better, because you was elevating who you are. That not arguing, don't do it out here. You see what I'm saying? Remain who you was in there, because we can come out here because there is so much to do. Guess what we can do? We can lose focus with the discouragement of things that really don't matter. That's not what we don't do. We don't need to do that. That's why a lot of times we go back. When you in that penitentiary, guess what? Guess what meant the most to you? You, your safety, your life. We ain't seen dudes get in conversations that didn't belong to them, and it is what it is. Carry that same person out here. Morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty, integrity. Hold your sense of spirituality to yourself before you give it to other people. So I'm trying to explain to you, when you get out here, especially if you was the one getting the ends. Fred was talking about this the other day, Fred Ward. When you was getting the money, when you get out here, people around you, including even family, will begin to cease to do what they were doing, because guess what? They know you out here. You the one. You gonna go get it. You driven. And you will lose focus on the betterment of who you were, to readjust to what you didn't need to be to get you where you was, and you lose the focus on who you are and where you really, really want to be. Don't do it, brothers. I'm telling y'all. So the demonstration is, man, when y'all out here, do not lose your focus. Maintain your rules and your regulations. And I'm telling you right now, we as the men need to really step back up and be where we need to be, because when it was our turn to teach them under us, guess what we was doing, man? We was gone. So they formulated their own rules, what they think it means to be boss, what they think it means to be gangster, what they think it means to be a man, what they think it means to be a leader, what they think it means to be a head. They need to relearn the rules. I'm not telling you go out here and die. I'm not telling you go out here and kill nothing. What I'm telling you is live by example, because guess what? That's luck, man. Luke, listen, you, Fred, C's, you know what I'm saying? Corey Perkins, you know what I'm saying? Chill, You know what I'm saying? It's a few Tokyo. You see what I'm saying? If we remain, regardless to what you're doing in your spare time, but if they see you focused and maintaining and living by action, them young dudes gonna be like, I remember him. I remember him. My mama's mama talk about them. And it's gonna be easier for them to listen to you. So brothers, please, whatever you do coming home, remember all those good habits that you picked up when you was in a penitentiary, man. All that reading. You know what I'm saying? All that reading you did, that cleaning, that stuff that you did. I'm cleaning my house right now. Guess what happens when I drop some water? I go sweep it up and clean and put, because I don't want it there. Remember that. Stay focused. And I want you to understand that, man, be careful in who you associate with, because we already know in a joint. Guess what happens when you hang with certain people in a joint? This dude a rat, you kicking it with a rat, guess what? Now you got to defend yourself, because niggas think you a rat because you kicking it with a rat. Association brings forth assimilation. You begin to pick up the habits of whoever it is that you're dealing with, period. Even if you don't pick up them habits, guess what happens? You still gonna be acknowledged as the person that you associate with. So if you're not changing this dude, I don't care what they have, you need to disassociate yourself, because you're gonna pick up and carry on the same criteria of that person in essence and character through the thought processes that you perceive by being associated with them. Period, man. In real life, when you out here, man, be careful of the chicks that you mess with when you out here. Because everybody, when they hear about you, that dude getting keys. He messing with them bricks. He play with them hammers. Dude's fame. Woo, woo, woo. He get money. Guess what shit? How you doing? Back in a lifestyle that you really don't want to be in. And guess what? She ain't going to send you an envelope when you down. She going to leave you in the city jail, not the county, the city jail, as soon as you catch the case. So be real, real careful about who you dealing with, man, out here. We get out here and we lose focus because there's so much out here. Like you in a joint, Loop, OSP, Old Mansfield, do Mansfield, the 6x9. Organize yourself in your structure like you there. Organize yourself out here like you got time, man, to do. Because you really do. But this insinuates your life. Not something that you got to do that you're going to eventually leave. But this is out here constitutes your life. Structure yourself like you doing that. You living that 6x9 and you got a life bit. That's how you structure yourself. But when you go in that cell, guess what you do? Man, your mind ain't in that cell. Your mind ain't in that cell. Your mind is out here in society. Your mind is getting them ends. Your mind is out here. Even though you in a penitentiary, your mind in that 6x9, I don't care if you in the hole, solitary confinement, 23-1, locked down all day, never leaving the sun or seeing the sun. Guess what the demonstration is? Your mind is somewhere else, man. Structure yourself under that same synopsis, man, or you will lose focus. I've been out here, man. Guess what? I done had houses. I done had car lots. I done had some of everything. What's keeping me focused is, or not focused, but what allowed me to lose a lot of what I had was my history. So your history gonna follow you. And I was trying to associate myself with people who wasn't ready for what I was ready for. The average dude that went to the penitentiary and you was a convict and not an inmate, when you come out here, they ain't ready for you. Mail, what's up, bruh? Sonia Hampton, Ricardo Sims, what's up with y'all? Hope everything going well. Wanda Leverett. The average dude, if you was in there as a convict, for real, convict is different from inmate. An inmate is a person that followed the rules and regulations of the staff. Convicts actually did those rules, but we established and created our own to where, guess what? Even that staff will come in and ask us, what should we do? You in the city mail? I'm blowing up that way later on. But this is the demonstration. You got to get out here and you got to remain focused in there. Like, I only got a little bit of time to do this. You got to organize. You got to prioritize. And you got to make it happen. You can't get out here and get so focused. Or you can't get out here and lose your focus because you see so much. Stay minimal and minute like you was in the joint, man. But again, allow your mind to supersede, man, razor wires, fire fences, and you know, razor wire. You got to. But the organization and the priorities that you kept, man, that you had in there, that cleanliness, that gentleman, that excuse me, keep all that. Because people going to smell something different about this dude. And you ain't always got to explain yourself. Because guess what? Guess what people going to do when a dude act up? I get it often. Man, this nigga, I will up. And I'll be like, man, I don't want no problems, man. Matter of fact, man, if it continues, man, you want to drink, man, what you drink? It's on me. I don't want no problems. And when we leave, guess what somebody gonna tell this dude? You got him to, cause he talking. Yeah, I got that nigga more better, man. I dogged that nigga and I did. Who? Somebody gonna say, who did you say? Somebody gonna say, man, it couldn't have been him. Why? Cause you still talking to me. That's why it couldn't have been him. And then it's gonna dawn on him and they're gonna say, what you mean? They're gonna say, man, dude, somebody. So brother, you don't have to live off your old reputation. People gonna communicate about who you was. Keep your focus just like you was in the penitentiary. Don't be arguing with people. Don't be arguing with that chick. Remember where you are. Act like, man, you got a Foot Locker. Act like you got a clothes box that you want. Act like you got a food box coming that you want. Act like you getting ready to get a parole, man. And don't let nobody discourage you and make you lose focus from what matters the most. But everybody know, and I'm telling you, remain this way too. Just, I'm still on it. If it ain't about principle, man, it ain't worth it. Maintain your focus, bro. Maintain your focus. Don't get out here and get so discouraged or distracted because you see so much and want to do so much that you lose focus on you doing time. You about to get a parole. Your parole is your next level. Your parole is the goal on where it is that you want to be, even though you out here and you free. Get it, man. Keep them good habits while you out here. Don't let nobody discourage you from losing them. Y'all be easy. One other thing I wanted to say before I get out of here. Sisters, if you got a dude that did a lot of time in the penitentiary, it's going to be times to where you see him and it's not like he don't want to be around you, but even around people, he knows how to isolate himself and get himself and deal with what he's dealing with that he might not even be telling you about right now. And it'll be on his time. Just relax. Hold him. Hug him. And if he be like, you know, just for a minute, do me a favor. Don't feel rejected. Let him grow accustomed to you, but give him that space that he asking you for. I ain't saying to go out here and be with some other chick or something like that. I'm saying to let himself restructure himself, because we be dealing with a whole lot that y'all have no idea about. You want to think about it, go in your bathroom and stay in there for 5 days. Matter of fact, stay in there 24 hours. You ain't going to be able to do it. Don't take a cell phone with you. Now imagine doing that for some years. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot on the brain that you need to be focused on. And at the same time, sisters and brothers, I drop it for the sisters, but I drop it for the brothers, but I drop it for the sisters as well. And I keep it all the way real. Because you've been gone 1,000 years. And you done had this sister in here taking care of you for the little bit of time that she did on your way out, or the whole bit that you did, or whatever the demonstration is. Guess what? It don't mean because I've been gone so long, you should let me go out here and live for a little while and bang everybody I can. If she was loyal to you, Bleed, if she was honorable to you, Bleed, if y'all had little mistakes while you was gone, but she was there for you in real life, and now that you home, and whatever it was, even before you came home, it was over with in the box, because guess what? That's my man coming home. I'm going to get him on parole or send him a car or whatever the situation is, and he coming here. Respect her. Respect the decision that you made, because 9 times out of 10, guess what? Even though she indulged in and accepted the means, whatever it was that you was doing when you went to the joint, regardless to what she did, guess what? The more you know, the more you're responsible for. So you played the part to get where you was going, and you knew about sport code. That's part of the game that we play when you playing that game. Look, y'all be easy. Brothers, stay focused. Love y'all. 1.